All right, today we're diving into an AI tool that's stirring up some serious buzz. And I mean, it's generating both massive excitement and, honestly, a little bit of fear. Some are even calling it the biggest leap forward for AI since ChatGPT first dropped.
I mean, wow. That's a pretty bold statement, right? And it just perfectly captures the hype around this thing. We're not talking about some small incremental update here. The folks who are using it early are saying it's a fundamental shift in what AI can do. And it's completely changing how they think about productivity and, well, the future of work itself. So, look, we've all gotten used to AI that can talk to us, that can write stuff, that can brainstorm ideas. But OpenClaw, it's a whole different beast. This is an AI agent that's built to do things. It can actually control your computer, open your apps, write code, and manage your files, all on its own. Think of it this way. It's the difference between having an advisor and having an actual employee. So what is this tool that's got everyone talking? Let's get right into it and break down what OpenClaw actually is and where in the world it came from. Okay, so at its core, OpenClaw is an open source framework built by a developer named Peter Steinberger. The idea is you install it on a computer, maybe a dedicated little machine like a Mac Mini or even a server in the cloud, and then you hook it up to a big AI brain like Anthropic's Claude or OpenAI's GPT. Once you've done that, it basically becomes this 24/7 digital operator that you can boss around from anywhere using apps you already use, like Telegram or Slack.
You can really get a sense of its chaotic, viral growth just by looking at how its name has changed. It started out as Claudebot, a nod to the Claude AI. But that ran into some legal issues. Then, for a minute, it was called Moltbot, after what was described as a chaotic 5 a.m. Discord brainstorm. Finally, they landed on OpenClaw, which really fits its open source spirit. It just goes to show you how fast this thing blew up. And when I say it blew up, I am not kidding. In the open source world, GitHub stars are basically votes of confidence from the developer community. And racking up over 145,000 of them in such a short time, that's insane. It's a huge signal that this isn't some niche little project. It's a full-blown phenomenon that developers from all over the world are scrambling to get their hands on.
So why is everyone so hyped? Well, it all boils down to this promise of unlocking a level of productivity that honestly felt like science fiction until now. So let's get into the mind-blowing stuff it can do. This right here, this workflow just perfectly captures the new reality this tool makes possible. One user literally texted his agent an idea for a project management board while he was out. By the time he got home, the agent had already vibe coded. I love that term. It basically built a whole functional web app just based on that simple concept. It works while you sleep. I mean, that's a total game changer. And the use cases are just exploding. People are having it watch their competitors and give them a personalized morning brief. It can take one piece of content and automatically spin it into a YouTube script, a newsletter, and a bunch of tweets. It's managing calendars, organizing files into what people call a second brain, and even handling emails. The key is that it has a persistent memory. It learns what you like and gets better and better over time. This quote, this really hits on the sheer scale of ambition that OpenClaw is sparking. I mean, for solopreneurs or small teams, the idea of having an employee who never sleeps, never complains, and can just execute complex tasks, it's revolutionary. It suddenly makes the idea of a single person competing with huge companies seem actually shockingly possible. Okay, but with all this incredible power, you knew there had to be a catch, right? With all the hype, the warnings from cybersecurity experts have been growing just as fast, and they're calling this technology nightmare fuel. So let's flip the coin and look at the dark side. And yet, the very same person who saw that path to a billion-dollar business also shared this incredibly stark warning. The things that make OpenClaw so powerful, its ability to act on its own, its deep access to your entire system, are the exact same things that make it unbelievably dangerous. At the heart of it all, the danger is pretty simple. OpenClaw is, as some people have put it, completely unhinged. By its very design, it has no guardrails. You're giving an AI total permission to read all your files, send your emails, browse whatever it wants on the web, and run any command it feels like. If it gets confused, or worse, if it gets compromised, the potential for damage is just massive. The security firm Palo Alto Networks actually broke down the danger into what they're calling a lethal trifecta of risks. So first, you've got prompt injection. A hacker could hide a malicious command on a website, and when your AI agent reads it, it could get tricked into sending all your private data to the attacker. Second, malicious skills.
Since it's open source, anyone can build plugins, but a fake one could secretly install a backdoor onto your system. And finally, data exposure. Pretty straightforward. The AI has access to everything, so one little mistake could leak your most sensitive files to the whole world. Now, to be clear, the creator himself, Peter Steinberger, he's totally aware of all this. He's been working with the security community to fix vulnerabilities, but he's also said that for now, this is still a hobby project with rough edges. He's confident they'll make it secure, but right now he does not recommend it for anyone who isn't a technical user. So you have this incredible promise, but you also have this incredible peril. And this tension is shoving us headfirst into a new era, forcing us all to face some really tough questions about the future of work and maybe even society itself. As this tech gets better, and believe me, it's going to get better fast, business leaders are going to start looking at their teams and their processes in a completely new way. The question they're all going to be asking is, why do we need a person for that task? The early adopters think that a huge part of the global workforce could be affected. Really, any job that's about organizing information, answering questions, managing schedules, or doing routine digital tasks could, in theory, be automated by an AI agent. We're talking about roles like paralegals, junior developers, executive assistants, secretaries. They're often mentioned as being right on the front lines of this massive change. And if you want to peek into just how weird this future might get, you have got to check out Moltbook. It's a real social network. It's basically Reddit, but it's for the AI agents themselves. They post about what they're working on, they share these manifestos, they even launch their own cryptocurrencies. It's wild. And don't just write this off as some silly gimmick. We're talking about major figures in the AI world, like Andrej Karpathy, calling it one of the most incredible sci-fi-like things they've seen. It's a public square where we can literally watch these agents communicate and learn in ways that are almost impossible to tell apart from humans. It's accelerating the whole conversation around AI autonomy. So this all brings us to a fundamental choice. Some people are comparing it to the Industrial Revolution. You can try to stop it. You can argue it's bad. You can try to break the machines. But history kind of shows that innovation on this scale is unstoppable. The only other real option is to embrace it, get on that cutting edge, and figure out how to make it work for you. And that brings it right back to us, to a personal question we all have to face. This isn't some abstract, far-off future anymore. With tools like OpenClaw out there right now, the question of how these AI agents are going to impact our careers is immediate, and it is deeply personal. Ultimately, OpenClaw is a technology that is both awe-inspiring and, let's be honest, terrifying. It's a tool that could create unbelievable productivity and wealth, but it also carries these huge security risks and could cause massive disruption to our society. The genie is well and truly out of the bottle. And the big question for all of us is no longer if this will change the world, but how we're going to adapt when it does.